Show tire pressures. And you can see there, it shows you the tire pressures. Show odometer. And right there, you can see how many miles you have on the car. Did you know that you can actually talk to your Tesla? That you can give it commands to do things? You know, I tried a couple of times just speaking like, hey Tesla, what's the temperature? Or Tesla, turn down the heat. None of that works because, and this is kind of unfortunate, I wish it was a little bit more like say Alexa or something, right? Where you could just say the term and then tell it what you want it to do. And I think Tesla's going to go that way ultimately. I don't know why they haven't yet, but to activate voice commands in your Tesla, all you have to do, and you have to do this every time, is push this microphone button on the steering wheel, right? Now, I know there's other ways to do it. I believe there is a microphone somewhere on the screen. I don't know where it is. I don't see it. That you can use to activate the voice command system as well. So we're going to give it a try. I'm going to try some of the voice commands in here. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to ask it, because I don't have all of the voice commands available memorized, right? So I'm going to ask the system to show me the voice commands and see if it actually does. So we're going to go ahead and push this button. Show voice commands. And there it is. You can see the commands right here on the screen, and there are a few. There's not a ton, I don't think. But there are a few, so we're going to see how they work. I'm not sure. Let's pick one. This one here says go to Tesla.com. So we're going to try that one, see what happens. Go to Tesla.com. And it did. You can see there, Tesla.com is up on my screen. Now, I want to go back to voice command, so again, I have to push the button first. Show me a list of voice commands. Here you go. And apparently, according to the message that came up, I don't know if you saw it real quick here, but this is an all-inclusive list, I guess. So what do we have to choose from? We had the browser, as you saw. I could do weather, Tesla.com. I can put the car into Sentry mode. Let's try screen brightness and see. I'm going to just say increase the brightness or increase screen brightness. Let's see what happens. Increase screen brightness. Wow, that is bright. I don't really care for that. Let's decrease it. Decrease screen brightness. And it put it back to, I think, where it was before, hopefully, because I liked it where it was. You can turn on the windshield wipers, increase the windshield wiper speed. I don't want to do that because, you know, you're not supposed to run them when you have no liquid on the windshield. Let's try this fold and unfold side mirrors. You might want to do this, I don't know, if you're pulling in next to something, or maybe if you're going through a car wash, although there is a car wash mode that you should use. But let's try that, see what happens. Fold mirrors. And it worked. That's cool. Of course, I want them back out. Unfold mirrors. And it did. Awesome. What else do we have? Anything exciting on here? We have open the charge port. I don't want to do that right now. Lock the doors. Let's try that. Lock doors. And it says back doors skipping backward. I don't know what in the world that means, but it didn't seem to work. We've got temperature. Let's increase the temperature. It's set at 73 right now. Let's try this. Increase temperature by 1 degree. And it did. Let's reduce it. Reduce temperature by 1 degree. Cannot. Didn't understand. Lower temperature by 1 degree. and it understood that. All right, that's good. Now, there's a command on here that says, I'm cold. Let's see what happens. I'm cold. And it bumped it up to 76 degrees. That's not what I want. Let's see if I tell it a specific temperature. Set temperature to 73 degrees. It did perfectly. Awesome. There's a recirculate. Of course, there are navigation commands. I could tell it to go somewhere. I'll have to try that, see how that works. And then you can tell it to take you places. You can zoom in. Let's see what that does. Zoom in. Navigation zooming in. Let's set it back. Zoom out. It says navigation zooming out. Obviously, I'm not going to show you the map because I'm not going to pinpoint exactly where I am, but we're going to assume that it worked. Let's see. You can mute the radio. That's pretty cool. I like that. Turn on satellite mode traffic. Mute voice guidance. Stop navigation. I like that instead of having to hit the end button when you're close enough to where you're going that you don't need it anymore. And then you can also mute media. I like that. There's two ways to mute your radio. Apparently you can mute it that way, or you can just push down on the left little button over here, or round selector thing. I don't even know what you call this. So you can do that as well. Pretty cool. Now, what would be really neat, and I don't have this feature, is if you had FSD or full service drive. Is that what it's called? Full serve drive? FSD. Well, I can't remember if that's the right term, but where the car drives itself, right? Full service. You could hit the button, tell it to go somewhere, and then it should take you there, right? Now, one thing that I do want to say, and this is something I hoped it would do, but it does not, is if you could actually tell the car to shift into, let's say, drive or reverse. It doesn't work, supposedly. We're going to try it. I'm going to put my foot on the brake because I'm sure you have to do that. So I've got my foot on the brake, and you can see here it's ready for me to pick. Now, I am going to go ahead and put my seatbelt on because I doubt it would work if it does work if I didn't have my seatbelt on. But let's go ahead and give it a try and see if it actually works. Shift into reverse. It says cannot understand. Let's try another command. Go backward. Skipping backward. I don't know, that must be a radio feature, I'm guessing, but it's not what I want. It is. It changed my radio station to the next one down, it looks like. Whatever that station is, I don't know. So anyway, there's just a few of the commands. You guys can see the list, hopefully, on the screen, of what you can do in the Tesla with voice commands. I think it's pretty cool, although, again, I think Tesla is missing the boat a little bit. I think you should just be able to shout something out and actually have the car do it, like, hey, Tesla, take me to wherever, or navigate to whatever, or turn radio down. That would be really cool. I'm sure that's coming, but we don't have it yet. At least I don't. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Is this useful in any way, or just a gimmick, and who really cares? I'd be curious to know. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.